Starting in 2020, Intamin began to introduce some more unique models to the market. After their older designs, some new designs including rides like Pantheon and Velocicoaster popped up. But the main LSM coaster isn't all. Intamin also introduced many other models to the market, which not many people are talking about. With Six Flags Over Georgia building the first ever Ultra Surf and Six Flags Great Adventure potentially building a new Intamin, let's rank these models from worst to best. Number 11, the Shuttle Spinning Coaster. Intamin brought a few family coasters to the market. As of now, no one has bought number 11 on our list, the Shuttle Spinning Coaster. This coaster is pretty simple. It has a shallow spike, one launch out of the station, and another launch midway through, and of course it has spinning trains. The trains launch up the spike, fall backwards, and go through the course, passing over a switch track along the way. After hitting the second launch, the track switches and takes guests back into the station. This has the potential to be a huge family model, but the ride consists of just a few turns. After the first launch, there are literally 2 turns before the second launch. It's a cool idea for a family coaster, and if the layout is expanded on, then it could be great. But as the model stands right now, it isn't fantastic. Most of these models, as you'll see, are meant to be cloned. However, this ride has a lot of family opportunities if custom layouts are available. Number 10, Lift Launch Family Coaster. This family coaster just has standard cars, so what makes it better? Unlike the spinning coaster with bad capacity, a short experience, and an otherwise boring layout, this new take on the mine train could have great layouts. A mine train experience that is smooth and forceful is something lacking in the industry right now. And with lift and launch capabilities, this new gen mine train could be what parks are looking for. The ride has a ton of theming elements, nice turns, a couple of rapid transitions, and even some possible airtime moments. And just like the last coaster with custom layouts, this ride could be amazing for families and thrill seekers alike. Number 9, Ultra Splash. The Intamin Ultra Splash is a unique design. Basically, think of the mock Power Splash. Take that, make it a single rail coaster, and remove the turntable. While the ride experience is extremely comparable, it looks like the Intamin variant is more focused on airtime, with sharper airtime hills and more open trains. However, there is still a strong splashdown near the end of the ride. The turntable may actually reduce maintenance costs, and while I don't see the need for a single rail, it could give parks good advertising. I think this could be a hit with the coaster enthusiasts for those airtime-filled spikes, and the general public for providing a water coaster. I bet this was another option for Over Georgia instead of the Ultra Surf. Number 8, the Surf Rider 2.0. So this model is kind of cheating. The Surf Rider was already a model back in the 2000s. However, this is a new wave of Intamin, and with that, they minorly changed this model to be more reliable. Take a shuttle ride such as the swinging ship, put it on a track and make the car spin, and you have the Surf Rider 2.0. However, the spinning is pretty quick and disorienting, and compared to the previous ride, which also has spikes, the Surf Rider 2.0 is much more airtime focused. This ride is all airtime on those spikes, and let's be honest, who doesn't like a coaster with a ton of airtime? It's not the craziest ride experience, but good floater and the added spinning is cool. Number 7, Ultra Surf. We've finally reached Six Flags Over Georgia's coaster, the Ultra Surf. This is literally a combination of the last 2 coasters. Take the layout of the Ultra Splash and the trains of the Surf Rider, and here you have the Ultra Surf. And of course, it's going to be the best of the 3. In addition to a few airtime moments on the spikes, there is an airtime hill and water features. While it doesn't look like you get too wet from the animation, that could change in real life. Also, there are sound and visual effects available on the attraction, which could enhance the experience even more. Is it basically a copy of the Power Splash? Yes. But Intamin's design looks arguably more enjoyable than the Power Splash, and I'm excited to see the first one built in 2024. Number 6, Medium Vertical LSM Coaster. Intamin has 3 of these vertical LSM coasters available. While they are all similar, they are technically different models since they all have different layouts and are obviously meant to be cloned. The weakest of the bunch looks to be the Medium Launch Coaster. The biggest plus with this coaster is the tiny footprint. This ride takes up even less room than the Skyrocket 2s to my knowledge, and it might even be a better experience. The medium launch coaster keeps accelerating until it makes it over 2 elements. The first is an extended loop, providing some incredible hang time, before entering a non-inverting loop, providing good whips. In addition are some strong positives in all of the valleys. This looks like a fantastic coaster and will be a good supporting coaster in any park. And it has much better restraints than the Skyrocket 2s. However, there are other Intamin models that are better. Number 5, the Small Vertical LSM Coaster. One of those, believe it or not, is the smaller variant. We've actually seen one of these built with Sandy's Blasting Bronco, and that has gotten nothing but rave reviews. This looks to have some different profiling, but near identical. It is very whippy from the footage I've seen, and it actually has some good positives on the valleys. Riders head through 4 inversions. 3 Immelmans lead into a dive loop, which takes riders into the station. Like the last model, the main draw is the minimal space the ride takes up. This is great for landlocked parks. The reason this places above the medium is because it has more elements with similar forces. Hang time, whips, and positives are all provided in addition to a more diverse layout. These are probably interchangeable though. Number 4, the large vertical LSM coaster. The last of these coasters is of course the biggest. The large launch coaster still takes up an extremely small plot of land. Take the non-inverting loop from the medium variant, which still provides a whippy experience. However, the loop has been changed to something special. The first ever upside down launch takes you up and over the coaster, which then leads into a super quick dive back down. In addition to hang time, you're actually accelerating upside down. That is going to feel super weird but also super unique, and that whips you into a super quick dive. I'm very excited to experience that if it ever gets built, and from the looks of it, this ride will have lap bars, so you will get all of that hang time. And of course, like all of the other vertical coasters, there's going to be airtime on those rollbacks. Number 3, the Hot Racer. This might be a controversial pick with the number 2 spot, but after hearing many reviews of the Big Dipper, the actual Hot Racer prototype, I'm concerned for the future. The Hot Racer is Intamin's take on the Raptor clones from RMC. These single rail coasters are capable of tighter inversions and transitions, and the Intamin variant is actually capable of launches. However, the model in real life is said to be very shaky and actually not very intense, which is a bit disappointing. However, that is a prototype. The custom layouts of this coaster look great, and if the smoothness gets fixed, they could be fantastic models. Having tight transitions like the Raptors but with lap bars is already a good start to the model. If the Hot Racer becomes more prominent in the industry and the issues are fixed, they could actually be better than the Raptors. Number 2, Vertical Launch Coaster. The Vertical Launch Coaster was the most recent model revealed by Intamin. The layout is both clonable and custom, but the variety of elements is excellent. The ride starts with a vertical launch up the tower, which provides fantastic airtime over the top. This then leads riders into a dive drop, which whips riders into the rest of the layout. The rest of the layout is basically the same as the Intamin Blitz coasters. Tons of tight turns, full of positives, many airtime hills, and a variety of different inversions. Just take a look at this layout. You can tell Intamin has taken inspiration from RMC, and it looks like it's paying off with these layouts. And number 1 is the LSM coaster. Take the elements of the vertical launch coaster, add more launches, and add a swing launch. This makes for a more diverse layout. Don't worry, top hats are still possible, so you'll still get that airtime-filled drop. After those powerful launches and possible swing launch comes airtime hills, inversions like a 0G stall, and tight transitions. So the LSM coaster is basically one step up from the crazy vertical launch coaster. The swing launch, believe it or not, actually does make a difference. However, this is still personal preference. Let me know what you think is the best new Intamin model in the comments, and make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your day.